The lecture topic today is analyze case studies on how big data drives business decisions. We are going to introduce the relevance of big data in today's digital economy. Also, we are going to emphasize that companies no longer compete solely on products, but they also compete on data-driven insights. So our main objective today is, by the end of these lectures, we are going to understand why business adopt big data analytics, also analyze the real-world case studies across industries, and evaluate business outcome resulting from, again, big data. Now, the core concept here is big data isn't just about massive amount of information. It's about the ability to analyze and also derive value from it. Think of it as moving from using a small traditional flashlight to a powerful searchlight. Now, instead of just seeing what's right in front of us, which in this case can be example past cells, we can also illuminate the vast previously dark areas of information to see patterns, predict future trends, and also understand what's happening on much greater scale or grander scale. This is the shift from reactive to proactive decision making. So big data is about the 3 V's. The first is the volume. So the sheer size of data. We have a very large quantity of data. So here we are talking about terabytes or petabytes beyond. Also consider data generated by a single company's web traffic in a day. In terms of velocity, that will be the speed. So the speed at which data is generated and also must be processed. For example, a real-time data streams from social media, sensors, and also financial markets require immediate analysis to be useful. Then the last V will be the variety. So variety, again, here we are talking about the diverse types of data. This includes the structured data like spreadsheet with customer names, address, or we may have a semi-structured data like an email with sender, receiver, and subject lines. And also we have unstructured data, which will be, example can be videos, images, etc. So here we are talking about different types of data, which variety means. Now, why is it important? Here we say moving from traditional and also reactive decision making to, as we said, proactive data-driven approach. Also unlocking the new sites that were previously inaccessible. And also gaining, most company here is about gaining competitive advantage in business organizations. So these are the steps, the big data decision-making cycle. Here we have 5 steps. The first is data collection. So in this section, we are going, or in this phase, we are going to gather data from various sources, such as, example, will be customer transactions, social media, even IoT devices, web analytics, etc. So gathering information from all available sources, this is the foundation. As we know, without data, there can be no analytics or no insights. Then the next step is to process and also the storage of the data. So using tools like Hadoop or Spark to manage and also process the massive data set. Here we are talking about big data analytics. So storing data in data lakes or warehouses. So this step again involves cleaning organizing and storing the data in a way that make it accessible for analysis. So here we can use again tools like, as we said, Hadoop and Spark are designed for these purposes, handling the scale and complexity of big data. Our next step, which is step 3, will be the data analysis. So this is the session we apply the advanced analytics algorithm and such as machine learning or AI to discover patterns and trends. So example would be a predictive modeling, sentiment analysis, clustering, etc. So this is where the magic happens. Step 3, we apply again sophisticated techniques like machine learning as natural language processing, etc. to again find some patterns in the data set. But that will be the next step, which is step 4, actionable insights. So here we are going to translate analysis into clear, actionable recommendation for business leaders. So the analysis must be translated into a very clear, understandable recommendations. For example, a CEO doesn't need to know the specifics of machine learning algorithm, but they need to know that if we run this promotion, we can expect 15% increase in sales. Or if we spend such amount in advertisement, we shall increase revenue by 10%, etc. based on the analytics. And the last step will be the decision and implementation. So this will be the final step where we have to act on those insights to drive a positive business outcome. So next is the importance of big data in business decisions. First will be the data-driven decision making, also predictive insights, customer experience, operational efficiency, risk management, etc. So let's go through the first, which is the data-driven decision making versus intuition-based decision. Here we can just say that this moves businesses away from gut feeling to evidence-based choices. So big data analytics will allow us to make a decision based on the data evidence than just intuition or gut feelings. In terms of predictive analytics insights, this will enable forecasting of trends, demand, and also customer behavior. Now, with customer experience, this will be the personalization. So personalization enhance loyalty and also satisfaction, customer satisfaction. Then we have the operation efficiency and cost reduction. So here we are going to optimize processes that will reduce the waste and costs. And the last section will be the risk management. This is where we detect fraud detection. So we detect fraud, predict equipment failure, and also ensure regulation, compliances. Also, we can say ethics issues also can come. For example, airlines normally use predictive analysis to optimize ticket pricing in a real time. For example, Delta Airline may sell a ticket from here to Europe in summer for $1,000, but in winter, maybe for $500. Yeah, so the next will be our framework for analyzing the case studies. So we can say that when evaluating big data case studies, we need to apply a structured lens. This would be a business problem, what challenge or opportunity motivated the project, data source and type, Was the data structured, such as transactions, or unstructured, such as video, tests, or semi-structured, such as weblogs? Also, number 3 will be the tools and techniques. So we have to know the analytics, if any machine learning algorithm, or real-time processing techniques, or AI, etc. Then the outcome and impact. Here we can say that how did it affect the business, let's say the business revenue, costs, expenses, or even customer experience. Very important. We have the concept of customer relationship management. Yeah. So this will be the framework that will ensure the consistent analysis across industry. So we are going to start with the first industry, which in this case will be Walmart. And this is a case study that was done. So here, the problem with the Walmart is managing massive supply chains and also inventory levels, such as the stock outs and also overstocking. Overstocking can impact profits, business profits. So the data used is the point of sale data, or POS. Point of sale data, we can use the customer purchases or sales transactions, and the weather patterns, and so weather data, because sometimes based on the weather, customers sales may increase or decrease. Seasonal demand also can be one. The next will be the techniques they use. So in this case, they use a predictive analytics and then also demand forecasting model. Also a real-time and dashboard also. Outcome here will be an anticipated demand spike before hurricane. Example, flashlights or Pop-Tarts. We know during the hurricane season or right before hurricane, flashlight sales increase. So the goal, reducing stock outs and also optimizing the logistic, billions in savings. Making billions in savings based on the optimizing logistic. Also, it can be improve product availability. I think that's important. Always we have enough stock. Walmart have enough stock. And also, lastly, as we said, a better customer satisfaction. So the key lesson here will be retailers use big data not only for sales, but also for logistic optimization, managing inventory. Now, let's look at the second case studies will be Amazon. So a typical Amazon case study here, the problem will be customers overwhelmed by millions of products. So needed to improve personalization. So this will be personalizing recommendations for customers. Example here will be if a customer buy C++ textbook, most likely in few weeks or months, Amazon can recommend Java textbook or another computer science textbook. If a customer buy children's clothes, let's say 2 years less baby's clothes, there's a chance Amazon recommend Pampers or baby food also. So this will be again recommendation system, personalizing recommendations for customers. So what data are used here? Of course, this will be the browsing history, which is the purchase history. Also, product reviews, clickstream data, very. So browsing history, clickstream, purchase history, reviews, and also wish lists. Sometimes and online, we may have option of putting some items in the wish list. Now, the techniques we can use here, or Amazon use, of course, will be a recommendation engines. Most recommendation engines Again, we use machine learning or deep learning algorithms. Also collaborative filtering. Yeah. The outcome here can be, the main goal is to personalize recommendation. Personalized recommendation contributed to 35% of Amazon revenue based on the analytics. And also increase cross-selling and upselling. Also increase sales revenue, improve customer retention. So this will lead to strengthen customer loyalty through tailored experiences. The key lesson here, we can say the big data is a driver of customer engagement and sales in digital commerce. Next case study will be the healthcare. This is in Mount Sinai Hospital. Now, the problem here is high patient readmission rate increase costs and strain resources. Or here we say predicting patient readmission rates also can be. Yeah. So data used here will be the electronic health records, patient demographics, lab results, medical imaging or medical history also. So we can see the data will be different format or different. Then the techniques will be predictive modeling or machine learning classification algorithms also. The outcome here can be the hospital can be able to identify patients at high risk of readmission, since we are predicting patient readmission rates. So here to improve patient care, reduce hospital costs, but also identify patients at high risk of readmission. Here also we can design preventive care strategy. Example, follow-up reminders. As we said, reducing costs and improving patient outcome. I would say the key lesson we learn here will be big data in healthcare not only save money, but also save lives. So in terms of the main goal here, as we said earlier, high patient readmission rates, goal is to reduce it. So the problem was high patient readmission rate, increase costs, and strain reduces resources. Our next will be finance, that's American Express. The problem here is that credit card fraud and transaction risk, also traditional fraud detection lag behind the fraudsters. So detecting the fraud and preventing financial losses. Now, data used here will be the real-time transaction data. This have to be a real-time transaction data. Customer spending behavior, and that can lead to a pattern, discover pattern. Example here can be, we have a customer for over 10 years, mostly spend his credit card in New York City, and it never spent more than $500 sell at a time, all in New York City. All of a sudden, he's spending $10,000 in California or Texas. So this would be a flag. So customer behavior pattern, very important. And also geolocation. So as I said, different states. So geolocation data can be another issue. Now, techniques we can use here will be anomaly detection will be one. Machine learning algorithm, also real-time processing. Now, the outcome, as we said earlier, there will be flag. So flag suspicious transaction instantly. Also reduce financial losses due to fraud, increase customer trust and loyalty. So the key lesson here will be finance industry relies heavily on a real-time big data analytics for risk management. We can see where this data came from, different variety of data from Again, real-time transaction data, customer spending behavior, even geolocation data also can be included. So next will be our entertainment, which is Netflix. So Netflix, the problem here will be they need to retain subscribers and also reduce churn in a competitive streaming market. So improving content recommendation and production. This can lead to reducing the churn or retaining subscribers or even gaining more subscribers. So the data used here can be viewing history, search queries, user rating. User ratings is very important. Also the pause and rewind behavior. Yes. The techniques here will be, again, recommendation system. Recommendation system, A/B testing, predictive analytics. Now, the outcome, as we said earlier, is to improve content suggestions, and this can lead to increasing user engagement, and this will lead also to increasing subscribers. Also, guided production of hit shows like House of Cards, based on data-driven insights. As we said, increasing retention and also global subscribers growth. So personalization recommendation, here we can say recommendation agent suggests shows and movies tailored to each user. For example, in Amazon recommendation system, the system recommend what items customers will be buying in the future, predicting based on customer purchasing behavior, etc. Now, with the movie, based on the past views, search queries, and the user rating also. So content production is very important, as we said. Like data insights inform which original content to greenlight. For example, data on the popularity of certain actors, directors, and genres influence the creation of hit shows. So one, also reducing churn, personalizing and engaging user experience surely and significantly increase customer loyalty. So again, that will be the outcome. The most important outcome will be increasing subscribers' engagement also. And also reducing the risk of content productions. So here we have a big data solution. We collect vast amount of data on user behavior, as we said earlier, viewing history, search queries, and rating, etc. Now, there will be one challenge here, which is how to keep subscribers engaged and also reduce the churn or customer turnover. So our next and the last will be the Starbucks hyper local marketing. Here, first we can talk about the challenge. The goal here is attracting customers and increasing foot traffic at specific location. So here also we can talk about personalizing offers. For example, there's a mobile app. This mobile app sends a push notification with tailoring offers. Example, buy one, get one free, buy one coffee, get donut free to customers when they are near a Starbucks store. Also, geofencing. Now, using geofencing technology, we can identify when a customer enter a specific area and then send a relevant promotion. So this is a real-time analytics, big data. Also, increase sales and foot traffic, as we said. So this hyper-targeted market strategy normally will lead to significant increase in sales, and also store visit, proving the value of localized data-driven insights. Yeah. So our problem here will be how can a global brand drive local sales and increase store traffic in a competitive, again, market. So our next will be the weather channel, our case 7, the weather channel monetization and user experience. So the challenge here will be to monetizing its platform and providing valuable real-time information to users. So there will be a big data solution here. We can say collect the weather data from billions of data points, including radar, satellite, and ground stations. Then we analyze the local data from user devices. So what will be the result? Targeting advertising. The concept of targeting advertising means, let's say, by knowing a user's real-time location and also the weather condition, they can serve highly relevant ads. For example, serving an ad for a local coffee shop on a cold day, or an ad for home improvement store during hurricane season. Next will be the dynamic content result. Here we can say providing a real-time dynamic, a real-time hyper-local weather alerts and content. Then increase ad revenue. Here we can say the ability to offer precise and also targeted advertising significantly increase their advertising revenue, making data a core part of their business model. Yeah. So next we talk about the cross-industry insights. So here, what are the common success factors? We say high quality and diverse data set, advanced analytics, both AI and also machine learning ML, integrated into the business workflows. Also strong alignment with business strategy, integration with business strategy. Now, the challenges here can be data privacy and ethical concern. Also, high infrastructure and technology costs. Infrastructure costs very high, and also technology costs. And then shortage of skilled data scientists. Okay. So example here can be, let's say, GDPR compliance challenge in Europe, impact on how business can use, again, customer data. So the lessons learned here, we can say from insight to action. Data has no value unless acted upon. So insight must be driven, insight must drive action. Data alone is not enough. Also integration here, combining the structure and unstructured data increase accuracy. Feedback loops, very important. Businesses must update models continuously as the behavior changes or the behavior shifts. Ethics issue also, transparency. I think that's the first, transparency. So transparency and responsible AI or ML use are essential to, again, maintain their trust. So in conclusion, we can say these case studies demonstrated a clear pattern. They say the true value of big data lies not only in the data itself, but in the ability to apply algorithms or analytics strategically. So it's about using technology to understand human behavior at scale. So the businesses that will thrive in the future are those that move beyond intuition or gut feelings and rather use data to make informed predictive decision. So big data, again, we can say is the foundation of modern competitive advantage. It enables personalization at an unprecedented level. Also, big data analytics facilitate real-time contextual decision making. It helps business innovate and again risks reduction or reduce risks. So yeah, that's the references that we use. And again, wish everybody the best and see you in the next class. Again, if you have a question, send an email.